Ms. Rousseff is now obliged to step down, and her vice president, Michel Temer of the centrist PMDB party, will take over, first temporarily, pending the outcome of the full trial in the Senate, then on a permanent basis. In the meantime, Ms. Rousseff and her supporters among the leftist parties and social movements will put pressure on the Temer government, including through street protests, during the time that the trial will take, which could last up to 180 days. But it'll be very difficult for Ms. Rousseff to be reinstated. So this does appear to mark the end of 13 years of rule by the leftist Workers' Party and a shift towards the center of politics. He will seek to build a coalition government with the centrist and center-right parties that are voting for Ms. Rousseff's impeachment, and thereby gain sufficient congressional support for his government agenda. Restoring business and consumer confidence will be key to bring about a recovery in the economy, which has contracted by nearly 8% in the past 2 years and has lifted unemployment above 10%. If so, then the Temer government stands a chance of achieving what needs to be done, which is a process of national reconciliation between the left and the right. But this won't be easy given the high levels of political polarization in recent years, which have now been exacerbated by the traumatic impeachment process. Mr. Temer will seek to maintain the social programs for the poor, and this should help to ease tensions on the left. With the fiscal deficit currently around 10% of GDP and public debt exceeding 70%, the main challenge is to strengthen the public finances. The Temer government will probably seek congressional approval for constitutional amendments needed to reduce the high levels of mandated spending commitment in Brazil's budget that have contributed to this ballooning of the deficit. If his government achieves this, then there'll be less pressure for other fiscal adjustment measures, such as raising taxes, which would otherwise damage the economy further. Inflation is now on an easing trend, although still quite high at around 9%, but there should be room come later in the year to reduce interest rates. And if the central bank does so, as we assume, and the Temer government is able to make progress with the fiscal reforms, then this could bring about restoration in investor confidence and see investment levels returning. And this should bring about a gradual recovery into 2017.